found myself smiling more. The moment you leave, I feel down again. I talk to myself on the floor just to feel less alone. I swear that I'm trying my best. You tell me the stress.
Hello, my friend. Today is a good day because, first of all, I'm making a liver latte right now. It's been too long since I've made a liver latte. I'm working on the cookbook today. I am almost done with it. It's so much more than a cookbook. You will see exactly what I mean and exactly what I'm talking about when it comes out, but it's almost done and I'm so excited, if you can't tell, because I'm talking so fast. So I'm very motivated to really finish working on it. I think today I'm gonna finish all of the picture recipes, so I have quite a bit of cooking to do, so we're gonna hang out, we're gonna cook. I am actually finishing up the liver latte recipe right now, which has been way too long since I've made one of these. And I just got this almond milk creamer, and it's the caramel flavor, and so I'm gonna try this instead of like my usual just like splash of milk, just because I think that caramel flavor will be really good. And then some MCT oil, and we have our dandelion tea, a little bit of ghee, and it kind of makes this really frothy, sweet, creamy, delicious liver latte that is made with dandelion root tea, which is really amazing at really like amping up your bile flow. Our liver processes the estrogens and then out through the bile it goes. So we need to be making sure that we're making enough bile and then eating enough fiber to clear out that bile and grab onto it and leave the body so that we can have happier hormones. So, and I'm actually about to start my period. So this is really great. This is really great to drink all cycle long, but it's so incredibly nourishing, very, very supportive to the liver, which is very supportive to hormone balance. So this is gonna be such an amazing just recipe guide. I'm so excited for it. So I'm finishing it up right now because it takes about 15 minutes to steep up. I have about 10 minutes left of that, and then we're gonna pop over to the farm, get our grocery shopping done, and we're just gonna cook and hang out for the rest of the day.
Sun, everywhere you go, everywhere you run, and you make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me. You make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me. You make it look easy. I don't understand how you can love me.
All done at the farm. We got lots of avocados. I'm gonna drop off some for my sister, fresh flowers, lots of herbs, and I'll show you the rest when we get home. Okay, I know that we are approaching fall, and it does feel like fall is in the air, and I do feel ready for fall, but I do feel like I just want to savor summer. I don't know, I've never felt so like, I guess we'll just be in the moment. But are you ready for fall? Because I really am, but like, I definitely want to keep soaking up the summer sun. I am really excited for some pumpkin spice drinks and just the coziness of the fall, even though it's very hot in California during the fall usually. I guess we'll get the best of both worlds then, in my case, but all right, we're gonna have some raspberries. These are the secrets to getting enough fiber, is literally getting raspberries every single day. So good. Actually, this is called a Gallia melon, so this is really interesting. This is delicious though. I had never seen these until the farm, but so good, super, super sweet. And then also a little cantaloupe, and look at how little the cantaloupes are. Like these are just the regular size of them. I think that's so interesting, but cute little cantaloupe, and then some Persian cucumbers. I picked up some more white peaches, literally my favorite this time of year. Definitely savoring that in the summer. And then white nectarines. I got some more green beans for the niçoise salad. I love making a niçoise salad, and that's actually going in the little cookbook. So, but I need to get a picture for it. So I'm gonna make that. I'll probably make that for lunch, and then restocked our avocados, chives, all of our herbs. We got cilantro, mint, and parsley, and then some more tomatoes. Of course, I had to get my carrots for our fiber. Really, really amazing fiber for the gut when it comes to making sure that we pull that bile out, like I was mentioning earlier with the liver latte. So that actually helps make bile, and then the fiber helps to pull it and bind it out of the body. So making sure you get enough fiber is really important. Also got another onion, and then some more mandarins. These are so delicious, super high in vitamin C. And then that, I think, is it. Oh, some chives right there. But that's our little farm haul. This makes me so happy. Oh, and lemon, last but not least. Gotta love a good local fresh lemon. So that's what we got at the farm. And oh, I did buy a pint of raspberries, but I definitely ate them on the way home. I almost forgot these. I did get some gold potatoes. These are also gonna go in the niçoise salad. So that is my little farm haul. Okay, we're gonna make some lunch. And I was actually thinking about so many things because, okay, first of all, on our way to Beau's birthday weekend, and actually somebody just sent me an email recently. One of the girls who won one of my recent giveaways, she sent me an email and she said that she had just walked through a miscarriage. And I get these messages honestly quite often, and it never, ever, ever just, it's like the same like gut, heart response immediately. And I just immediately, my heart like physically just wishes that I could just wrap myself around yours. And everything changed for me the moment that I miscarried. And that's why I talk about everything so much, and why I talk about hormone health, and why I really just, why I am so passionate about it, because of the pain. And because even knowing my baby, those very few but very real moments of like carrying them and knowing them and holding them were some of the most precious and amazing moments in my entire life. That being said, that's literally why, you already know that's why, but that really is like my own heartbeat behind everything that I literally talk about, and why I'm like so passionate about everything. Even from the time I think about it, like when I first started my channel and like binge eating, I literally was Brie Loves Beauty. Like I started making, videos on beauty tips and makeup, and I loved that. I love that too. I had no friends. We had just moved to a new city. I remember in middle school, in 8th grade, I had no friends. I sat alone at lunch. It was like the movies. I cried in the bathroom because I had no friends. I literally would go into the bathroom stall at lunch and cry because I had no friends. And then I remember I finally made a friend in my camera. I think it was like yearbook. I think it was like yearbook class. It was yearbook. Yeah, that's what it was. Which is funny because that was like finally got me into like cameras and photography and stuff. And my friend there, she's like, I'm thinking about making a YouTube channel. And I had thought about for, oh my gosh, probably a year at that point of making a channel. And I remember she said that and it like lit a spark in me. And I was like, I want to make a channel. And I didn't do it that year, but I did do it that summer. The summer of 2010, that's really when I just, started making all those fun videos. But really everything changed when I opened up about binging, walking through that vicious cycle of feeling like I'm never gonna be able to get out of binging. And I thought, like, God, and my prayer was like, God, if you can ever get me out of this, if there's one person that I can help that will not have to go through this, it will be, not worth it. That's not the right wording, but it will just like I just wanted to help. I immediately was even thinking of some other person. That was my true gut initial reaction of that. Like, help me get out of this, and I want to help somebody else so that they don't have to go through this. Like, if I can just help one person not have to live through this and not have to be stuck in this and live this way, it will just be like, please, that was really where I found really my passion in health and fitness, but in a true health and in a true, now and even in a deeper way. Like, I went from very just intuitive eating to then really intentional nourishment with my food, because intuitive eating is so important, is a foundational importance of being able to intuitively listen to your body and what do I eat? What sounds good? But also, we need, and that's where I didn't realize that for a really long time, because I was still having hormonal imbalances. I was intuitively eating, I was listening to my body, but I still had hormonal imbalances. I was still low progesterone. I still was having super painful periods, super clotty periods, really painful like breasts before periods. My hair was falling out like crazy. I had no energy, still struggling with, breaking out and things like that. And I just was like, what is happening? And that's the thing. I was like, I'm eating healthy. Like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I'm intuitively eating. I'm not restricting my diet. I'm eating, healthy foods. Why do I still have hormonal imbalances? Anyway, as I was saying, that's the thing, is that intuitive eating is great and it's foundational, but intentional nourishment and also a focus on really gut health is really what moved the needle for me. I just see now, like, wow, I've made so much progress in my hormone health because I have focused not just on intuitive eating, but I have focused on intentional nourishment. And really now what I talk about more than anything, which is making healthy cells. So anyway, all this to say, I finally made such huge progress in my hormones and actually saw changes in my hormone health when I began focusing on making healthy cells. It really is that simple, giving my cells enough nutrients and focusing specifically on gut health. And I was actually thinking about it. I was thinking about it because we went camping this past weekend for Bo's birthday, and I really just was super minimal. I really just didn't take anything with me. I just, you know, we packed our food and we got in the car and we left. But I was thinking about it because I came back and I got back into my routine. You know, I had my matcha, I put my Armra colostrum in there, I put that in there, and I just got back into my usual daily routine. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I know that this is like, nothing is honestly TMI for me. And that's the thing, is one of the, I figured it out. I'm like, one of the biggest, because I've seen such big improvements in everything with my hormones and my health and everything. But one of the biggest things that I noticed is the biggest difference that I've seen since specifically taking Armra colostrum is I go to the bathroom multiple times a day now. Like my bowel movements, like healthy bowel movements have increased, which is amazing. We actually should be going to the bathroom like multiple times a day. And one of the biggest, most important things when it comes to our gut health is eliminating well. And that affects our hormone health, because if we are not eliminating, here's the thing. Our bile, what happens is our liver makes bile, and bile holds on to that estrogen that needs to get out of the body, the excess estrogen. And so we eat fiber and that grabs onto the bile, and then we go to the bathroom and it pulls it out of the body. That is a way that we detoxify, is by going to the bathroom. And so if you are having hormonal problems, and looking back at the years that I was intuitively eating, but my bowel movements were kind of super inconsistent, they weren't healthy, I am just gonna be straight up honest with you. The one thing that you can do to focus on your entire body health is make sure that you are having a healthy bowel movement every single day. Without fail, every single day, making sure that you are going to the bathroom. I noticed the biggest change that I've seen with Armra colostrum is actually having multiple healthy bowel movements a day. And I am not ashamed to say that, because especially as women, like, we need to be going to the bathroom. We need to be able to go to the bathroom. And if we don't know that that is affecting our hormone health and affecting our health in general, like, that is something that we need to be making sure we're checking off the list every single day. Your health is more important to me than like my vulnerability, if you will. Like, I literally, your health, again, that's the best way to say it. Your health is more important to me than my internet vulnerability. I will tell you that I'm having healthy multiple bowel movements today. And that is amazing, because we need to be getting rid of that out of our body, because that is our way that our body detoxifies. And so if we are having multiple bowel movements a day, that is our body detoxifying at a great rate. And that's what we want. And I really noticed that a huge difference when we got back from camping, because, you know, every day I'd go to the bathroom, but when I take my Armra colostrum and I put it in my little matcha every single day, I have multiple healthy bowel movements multiple times a day. And let me tell you something, if you're trying to balance your hormones and you're not having healthy bowel movements, that is the literal tip-top place to start, literally the #1 place to start. That is like the step #1, go to the bathroom. I love my Armra colostrum. I got to admit, like, I love it so much. I couldn't believe that after getting back from our camping trip, and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna do 3 scoops. And that's the thing, this is that's what's amazing about this, is that this is a whole food. This is a whole food with over 400 different nutrients in the colostrum that has antibodies, antioxidants, peptides, everything that's going to help to strengthen that gut wall barrier, your mucosal barrier. That is literally your body's internal protection against environmental threat. And the reason that I personally like Armra colostrum so much, and why I prefer this brand, is because the study that they did, the third-party study, which I don't want to quote it wrong, Armra colostrum triggered a rapid and 32% stronger immune response against harmful lipopolysaccharide particles compared to other available colostrum. And what do lipopolysaccharides do in the gut? They are toxins. They're endotoxin. Now, here's the crazy thing, is lipopolysaccharides, what do? They're toxins, they're an endotoxin, but this is how it even connects even with our hormone health, because lipopolysaccharides, they directly hinder thyroid conversion. It's been proven, it's been shown in the research, they directly hinder thyroid conversion. And what happens when our thyroid is slowing down, so we're not converting well? then everything slows down. Our gut motility slows down. And so when you are supporting your gut and you support your gut health, and with something like this, that literally a 32% stronger immune response, that's again, specifically why I like Armra. That's the thing, is that you are affecting the cells of your entire body. That is why every single day I love to take this. Obviously now, next time I'm taking it with me on my camping trip because I'm like, good grief, I love it so much. And it literally helps me go to the bathroom multiple times a day, which is not necessarily a fancy fun thing to say, but it is foundational for hormone health. And if you're not going to the bathroom, or if you could be increasing your bowel movements and moving from 1 to multiple bowel movements a day, which is optimal, is actually what's optimal. It's like functional ranges in blood chemistry. I've been taught functional ranges. Just because something is in conventional range and it looks fine, it doesn't mean that that's optimal. That's why I was taught optimal functional ranges. It's the same thing with our bowel movements. You know, 1 is great, but multiple, that's optimal. And this is grass-fed, sourced from US local farm, and it is the most potent bioavailable colostrum on the market. You can go to tryarmra.com/Cambria and get 15% off of your first purchase. I will leave the link at the top of the description box, and it really is going to just nourish your body. Does it in a way that no other food does. Colostrum is so unique because of the antibodies and the peptides, and because of how concentrated in nutrients, and because of what it does, which is strengthen your mucosal barriers. There's really not any other food that does that. That's just the bottom line. And because of even the prebiotics in here, that's the thing. When you start feeding the good bugs in your gut, that's crazy that it affects our motility. It affects our ability to actually be able to go to the bathroom. And you always want to make sure, I always put it in cold because they use cold chain technology. That's also what makes them different, because they're preserving all the nutrients and how they actually are able to get this colostrum to us. Cheers to healthy guts, healthy cells, healthy tissues. I'm so honored even, and just thankful to even share my journey with you. I wasn't able to actually end up retesting my progesterone this time because I just wasn't able to make it to actually get my draw, which is, that's the thing. It's totally fine. I'm not even like, I will tell you this though, every month I've done something a little bit different where I just get a little bit more focused, basically tweaking and just really getting more focused in on certain nutritional principles a little bit more specifically. Like there was one month where I really nailed down like getting enough protein. And then the next month I was really focused on prebiotics and polyphenols, like with my matcha. And then the next month, you know, I've just been doing things like more and more specifically and consistently, and saw huge changes with protein. Oh, huge changes even with sunlight, like just getting more intentional, like getting my morning sunlight, getting my daily sunlight, getting my 10,000 steps, you know, like just doing more intentional things on a daily basis. So I will tell you this month, I am really, really specifically going to be focusing on liver health and really nourishing my liver, and again, digestive health, like going to the bathroom multiple times a day. I'm just really gonna be having my liver lattes, really focus on the health of my liver. And I met with that fertility specialist, and that's actually literally what she said. She was like, I feel like we just need to focus a little bit more on your liver health. That's really my goal for this month, is really nourish my liver. I have a little liver tincture that I use that I just take daily, which has like milk thistle and some medicinal mushrooms in there. I kind of backed off on that while I was doing my mold protocol because I found mold in my blood, or antibodies, I should say, that my body was really mounting a response against this mold that I had been living in. I really want to focus on liver health, so really increasing bile flow and really my digestive health. So again, continuing 3 to 4 scoops of my Armra every single day. I actually ordered some digestive bitters just because that bitter taste on our taste buds really helps to stimulate and tell our body like to produce bile. So I'm gonna really start doing that. I'm gonna start doing digestive bitters to really help really break down my food really well. And then doing the liver tincture. Yeah, just making sure that I'm really getting enough fiber so I'm binding onto that bile and pulling it out of the body. Like everything that I share, I really do myself. That's really what I'm gonna be doing differently this time, all while continuing everything that I've done. Polyphenols, my daily matcha, even this cranberry is really good for nourishing the good bacteria, actually our vaginal microbiome health. I do feel really excited. I really would, God willing, truly God willing, in the hands of God, I really would love to be able to feel comfortable enough to try to conceive before the end of the year. I know that we are in August. There was part of me, I mentioned this before, that I thought I might be in a place to try during the summer, but my temperatures just need to get up a little bit higher. And so I'm happy that my progesterone is in serum range, but I just really would love to see those temperatures stay up and stay elevated through my luteal phase. I do feel that the mold it's hepatotoxic, so it really affects your liver and your liver health. And so just really realizing that my body and my story is unique and my journey is unique, and that it's okay. It's okay that my body needs time and support. It's really an honor to share my journey with you. And I really do hope that you can feel just seen and just know that you're not alone, in wherever you're at in your life and your journey, whether you're trying to conceive or not. This is an email that I wrote on recently. The last thing I'll say, I'm so chatty. But everybody's life is just as good and hard as yours. I had a conversation with one of my friends recently, and she was just wanting to be married and wanting to have a relationship and be married and have kids, and really is just desiring that, and seeing all of her friends around her, of even girls that are younger than her, they're married and they're, got pregnant right away, and, just feeling so behind in life, or just maybe not even behind, but like, man, when is it going to be my turn, and God's plan, God has a plan. God has a plan for your life. And I think that I drove home on my way from the farm today, and I saw that written out on a sign, Jeremiah 29:11. And sometimes we can hear these things so much that it falls maybe on our ears, kind of can be dull to it. And it can just be like, yeah, I know. But God has a plan for your life. I have a plan to make this food right now. I have a plan, I follow the plan, and I get this delicious meal. And a lot of the times, like, we think about these little plans that seem really small, but like the ultimate goal for my recipe is so I can have a great meal. God has a plan for our life. Like, I don't even have a plan for my life. Like, I think that I have a plan. I think that I know the way, but it gives me great comfort to know that when I don't know, when I'm unsure, that I can look back. And this is something that Bo and I talked about sitting around the campfire on his birthday this past weekend as we were in Big Sur, that goodness and mercy follow us all the days of our life. These come up from behind, and sometimes we don't necessarily see it when we're looking at the situation right in front of us. But when we look back, when we turn around and we look back at the years, and we look back at the difficulties and the fire, the things that we have gone through, we can see, there it was. There is goodness and mercy, and it did follow me all those days, and it will continue to follow me all the days of my life. And that gives me great hope in the middle of unfulfilled desires. Even Proverbs says, I believe it says, weighs the heart down. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Above all else, delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I have found that delighting in God is the most fertile soil for our dreams to grow in. Is just delighting in him and knowing that he has a plan for my life, and that can bring great delight to your heart. And that is quite literally the ground in which our dreams can grow and flourish. Let's finish making our niçoise salad because I'm very hungry now. Very beautiful niçoise salad. This is truly my favorite salad of all time. Look at that. So good. Look at this beautiful, beautiful creation. I don't know if I've ever been more excited to eat anything ever. This could be probably one of my favorite. Oh my gosh, my mouth is so watering. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is out of this world good. Look at the layering. Oh wow.